Caution, wait, please do not play with my mind, hey. I do not play with my lines, wait. I keep protection for mine. You will not touch what is mine. I do not play with my shine. Caution, wait, please do not play with my mind, hey. I do not play with my lines, wait. I keep protection for mine. You will not touch what is mine. I do not play with my shine. Caution, look at my face, pay me respect. Please do not play with my line. If you want taste, what you gon' get? Shit that gon' bury your mind. All that's at stake, where is my check? Need every nickel and dime. You play with my race, put you in check. We're stopping the vision to climb. They mad that these niggas done woke up and now all our visions to go. Where is the bag to get us so caught up? Yeah, that is the mission and goal. Staying on cold. Some of y'all doing too much. Straight up be looking like hoes. Never gonna grow. Can't count on you in clutch. Most of y'all doing the most. Like this is a show. Doing it for entertainment. Or you're doing it for clout. Or you're doing it to sit at the table with crackers for words in your mouth.
Y'all didn't know dr.maat.msu fool with that drill music, did you?
These days we play differently. This is what black empowerment's about. Wait. I said there's no time for no friends. Either you with us against us, don't switch it, cause one of us dying.
Has to be positive drill music, Ashe.
I'm keeping my eye on the lens. Watching the ops despising the picture cause they wanna see the white hand. Hey, caution, wait. These do not play with my mind. Hey, I do not play with my life. Wait, I keep protection for mine. You will not touch what is mine. I do not play with my shine. Caution, wait. Please do not play with my mind. Hey, I do not play with my life. Wait, I keep protection for mine. You will not touch what is mine. I do not play with my shine. Caution.
Hold on, wait. See a black man doing great with black-owned businesses, building in a different state. Why you snakes way late in the grass, plotting on what you can take? Papa, black money in a black bank. Me, black money is safe, protected, like it's heavily protected. If he ever feels threatened, then he go a lead and knock him off his check. Please check this. For the record, he can never be weak. Disrespecting any checking your cheek. Rep said he reppin' rep black and green. Never fall, won't break. There's no limit to what I do for mine. Put your soul, don't take come up with the anger and hate up all of my ancestors combined. You wanna get one time? I keep it fully loaded, extended in the fully auto effing to keep you from crossing that gun line. You in violation. I ain't never shot a caveman. You be the first, I'ma give you this work. You get in the way of my occupation, yeah. Like I'm the boss and I don't like the way that you talking. This is my office, get permission before you walk in. The yellow tape because the door means caution.
Wait, please do not play with my mind. Hey, I do not play with my life. Wait, I keep protection for mine. You will not touch what is mine. I do not play with my shine. Caution, wait, please do not play with my mind. Hey, I do not play with my life. Wait, I keep protection for mine. You will not touch what is mine. I do not play with my shine. Caution.
Peace to the black family. Peace to the black family. You just heard Q Butter, Caution. Oh my gosh, that song is fire, man. It got that drill music beat, family, right? That drill music beat. And then, you know, and then the lyrics are dope, right? The cadence is dope. The lyrics is dope. He's talking about black empowerment. So I had to play him. And shout out to brother Q Butter, a real one, unlike the one I'm going to talk about today. All right, which is brother Polight. Shout out to people like Q Butter. Shout out to Baba Amin. Shout out to Baba Imhotep. Shout out to the real brothers that are in this community. Ashe. Shout out to all of them. I'm thinking about Baba Baruti. I'm thinking about all of the warriors. Shout out to those brothers, the real ones in this community. So family, right now, take a moment to thumb up the video. Thumb up the video. You see what I'm talking about today. Polight got sentenced to 7 years. Polight got sentenced to 7 years. And there are a lot of people who are online celebrating of him getting, and I'm talking about the same people that when he was hot, he was on Sinetta's platform, you know, Black News 102. They were, I want to say D-riding, right? They were right there. And now, you know, now that he didn't, you know, then did something foul and all of that. And he was still doing some foul stuff back in the day. And you had dudes, I don't want to call them black men. I don't want to call them brothers. You had dudes that looked the other way, right? When Polight was saying a lot of negative things out of his mouth, a lot of inaccurate things out of his mouth. He was saying and doing a lot of suspect stuff. And you didn't have many do. Oh, well, it's Polight, man. That's Polight. So I titled this, Polight got sentenced today, but this is bigger than Polight. We exist in a community where y'all actually condone this type of behavior. Oh, did Dr. Maat say that members in this so-called conscious community condone child molestation? I'm saying, yeah. Put me on record as saying it. Absolutely. I can name Hebrew Israelite dudes. I don't want to call them brothers. Hebrew Israelite dudes got caught beating on their women, caught messing with children, and you all still accepting them into the community with open arms. Didn't G-check them? Come on, man. Come on, man. Put an ashe in the chat if I'm telling the truth. Put an ashe in the chat if you know, and I want to talk about Yashavel. Oops. You had Hebrew Israelites who was beating the crap out of their women, right? Got exposed, so that we're not making it up. It got exposed, and you all still supported them, still welcomed them into the community. You got Hebrew Israelite dudes, I didn't mean to say brothers. Yeah, Israelite dudes who got caught child molestation charges and everything else. You all talked about it for a little bit, but then welcome them into the community. How many of you know of family members, right? Uncles, aunties, everybody in the family know they touch the children in the family. And you all still have them over on Christmas and their Thanksgiving dinner. Put an ashe in the chat if you hear what I'm saying to you right now, family. Put an ashe in the chat if you hear what I'm saying to you right now, family. So, yes, Polight got sentenced to 7 years. And I hope that he serves every day of those 7 years. Every day. You had brothers that didn't want to come out and speak against him when he had to. Well, let's just let the courts play out. I don't want to say nothing about him. Why not? He got accused of one of the most egregious crimes, touching a 14-year-old girl. And they found semen at the site. I think semen on the girl or on the sheets. I don't know. Don't quote me. But they did find his semen. And even though they found his semen at the crime scene, on the scene, you had dudes in this so-called conscious community. Man, I ain't saying nothing. I don't really know, man. You got to let the courts play out. They could have did that, anywhere, man. That could have been I don't know. Come on, man. So that's why I titled this, Polight got sentenced today, yes, to 7 years, but it's bigger than Brother Polight. In this community, you have people who actually protect sexual predators. And I'm talking about both men and women. They make excuses for it. They turn a blind eye. They know what's going on. They don't intervene. I know so many people, and I wouldn't dare speak their names on this broadcast, but I know so many people, brothers and sisters, who've been touched. Dr. Patricia Newton, peace be upon her soul, she became an ancestor September 2021. She said in Baltimore alone, 8 out of 10 boys are touched before the age of 18. 9 out of 10 girls before the age of 18 are touched. Just in Baltimore. Let's now pull up the Atlanta, Georgia's stats. They say that's the capital of pedophilia down in Atlanta, Georgia. They say that's the capital of sex trafficking and pedophilia right there in Atlanta. The black city, right? The black Mecca that we brag about having. So this thing is bigger than Polight. It's about people in our community who don't check this behavior. That's what this is about. It's bigger than Polight getting sentenced to 7 years. Polight said and did a lot of weirdo stuff. And I want to curse, but my aunt Segment is in the building. I can't do it. Polight did a lot of weirdo stuff. Said stuff, and y'all didn't check him. Polight should have been ostracized from the community. Sister Juju said Florida is the capital. Well, Atlanta, Georgia, right there, sweetheart. They running neck and neck from the stats that I've been getting. So it's bigger than Brother Polight. I don't even call him brother. Just call him Polight. Because no brother of mine is touching a 14-year-old child. That's not a brother of mine. right? That's somebody who should be ostracized from the family and from the community. Shame on you. Shame on you all who saw those signs and didn't say nothing. Shame on you. Polight disrespected women. He I mean, it was even, I remember one time when Sinetta got mad with him, he put this out there. He said that, and this was years ago. You all, if I can find the clip before this live stream is over, I'll play it for you. Look for the clip where Sinetta goes in on Polight. If you look for the clip, matter of fact, please, Juju, please find the clip and put it in the chat so I can click on it. Sinetta goes in on Polight, and there's a portion where Sinetta says that Polight ran off with one of his girlfriend's daughters. He put that out there years ago. Sister Juju, go to YouTube right now. Type in Sinetta goes in on Brother Polight. Find the clip and please tell me the timestamp, right? Please find time, give me the timestamp so I can let the people know. Sinetta said that years ago. Said that Polight ran off with one of his daughter's girlfriends. And that's another thing that happens in our community. Sisters, please wisen up. You'll bring these estranged men around your children, and then 5-10 years later, your children coming to you saying, Mommy, remember your boyfriend, Mr. So-and-so? He touched me. Remember him? Mr. So-and-so you used to bring around, or because that was your boyfriend and you really didn't want me to tell you that, say that was your boyfriend, you used to make me call him Uncle So-and-so, Uncle Timmy, right? Uncle Ray. Well, he really touched me later on. That comes out a lot. You got women that have estranged men around their children. And I tell the sisters all the time. These men, that ain't the child's father. They don't care about your children. They don't care. Then you got the boyfriend, you done moved them in. He killing the woman, killing the children that ain't his, killing that. It's happening. I see the stories every day. So again, that's why I titled this, Polight got sentenced today, but this is bigger than Polight. This is stuff that's happening in our families. You know your niece, you know your daughter, you know your auntie bringing estranged men around the family and nobody say nothing. He in there touching the children, beating the brakes off of her and touching the children, and nobody says anything. Kids getting touched in the house by quote unquote close family members of the house, or hell, sometimes even their own goddamn family members. Y'all at the Thanksgiving table breaking bread. True story. I had a friend that went through that. She was distraught. Everybody knew in the family that the uncle molested everybody in the family, including his own children. And then he ended up catching cancer and saying that he wanted to repent for what he did. And the family said, oh, it's okay. Welcomed him back and had the Thanksgiving dinner with him. True story. We have to have zero tolerance for this type of behavior in our community. Let me say that again. There should be zero tolerance for this type of behavior in our community, in our families, in our communities, in our circles. How you friends with somebody that's a pedophile? How you friends with somebody that's a wife beater? This your friend. They in your friend circle. See, I don't play that with mine. And shout out to my aunt. And my aunt, I want you to drop it in the chat, Auntie. I want you to drop it in the chat. My aunt will tell you in the chat, Auntie, tell them if I'm lying. I had a conversation with all the young people in the family about people being touched. Somebody touch you, blah, blah, blah. And I said that spirit will never, ever be in our family again. I said, and if it is, we're going to deal with it. And you use your imagination because I'm live on air. So you use your imagination and think of what Dr. Maat said to them. We're not having that. We have zero tolerance for child molestation. Zero tolerance. Zero tolerance for rape. Zero tolerance. And I'm not just talking about the rape and molestation of girls. I'm talking about boys too. Zero tolerance. Y'all make excuse for pedophiles. Your homegirl a pedophile. Your homeboy a pedophile. And they in your circle. And you see what my aunt said? Look at her. My aunt said it. Look in the chat. She said, yes, you did. I had a conversation with the young people in the family. I said, we're not playing that. Anybody come to me with a story of molestation, I said, we're going to deal with it. That's what I said. That spirit will never enter our family again. As long as I got breath in my body, that spirit will never enter our family again. And that should be everybody's goal. Nah, man, none of that. We need to rid ourselves of that, man. That's a disease. That's a sickness. Predators, man. So check this out, family. Let me let you hear the clip on your own. Here you go. Let me let you hear the clip for yourself. I'm not making this up. This isn't hearsay. This man was sentenced today. 7 years. Listen to what the judge and them said. And they said, he took a plea. And as soon as he told everybody, I'm going to take a plea, that's when I already knew he was guilty. You know, when you start pleading, that means you don't want it to go to trial. You go to trial, other things are going to come out, right? Other things are going to come out in trial. So when you start trying to plea it down, that means you did something. You may not have done everything that you were accused of doing, but you did something. So as soon as that man said that he was going to take a plea, he was in a plea bargaining stage, I said, I already know he's guilty. He did something to that little girl. Because if he didn't, he would have took it all the way to trial. So shame on you brothers that was sitting there when that dude got charged. I didn't even call y'all brothers. Shame on those dudes who sat there and supported Polight after he was charged. I don't want to speak bad about Polight. I don't want to go on record. Let's let the courts play out. I don't care about the courts playing out. When you get accused of something egregious as touching a child, F the courts. They found your sperm. What are we talking about here? Here we go, family. Let's take a listen to this. Here we go.
Had his court day today in court. All right, so Brother Polight had his court day today in court, and the judge actually just read the verdict. And let me tell you, it's pretty shocking. I'm going to play the video from court, and I'll be back with my commentary.
And then we will go into the details on the contract. Go ahead.
Your Honor, the plea agreement includes an adjudication, 7 years of state prison, followed by 10 years of reporting probation. As a condition of probation, the defendant will.
Would you say 10 years probation?
10 years reporting probation. Okay. The defendant will complete the MDSO program. The defendant will not be allowed to have unsupervised contact with children. The defendant will have specific terms regarding where he may work and the ability to wear a uniform. There are additional terms of restitution, of which $5,000 has been agreed to be paid upfront within 24 hours, mailed to the to the victim, and additional restitution to be paid out on a monthly basis once he is out of custody. And that monthly amount is highlighted in the written terms of the plea agreement. Additionally, there will be a stay away order from victim TS and her mother, which is also mentioned in the plea agreement.
What is the total amount of the restitution?
The total amount of restitution is $25,000.
Okay. All right.
Your Honor, the defendant's counsel going to be providing probation with the proof of the $5,000 being paid?
Yes, Your Honor. Okay. All right. Okay, so Mr. Nowak, the terms of the plea agreement are as what the prosecutor just stated, that you are going to be entering a plea of guilty to the 2 counts of aggravated child abuse and 1 count of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. You will be adjudicated guilty, which is a criminal conviction on your record. Do you also understand, sir, that by entering into this plea that it may subject you to involuntary civil commitment proceedings set forth in Florida statutes 394.910 through 394.931. Do you understand everything that I've said thus far?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to also advise you, sir, that you are going to be sentenced to 7 years in state prison to be followed by 10 years of reporting probation. In addition to any of these special conditions of probation, you will also participate in and successfully complete a mentally disordered sex offender treatment program, that you are also not eligible Okay, you may, according to the state, you may be eligible for early termination if all of the conditions of your probation have been completed, that you have had no violations of your probation, and that you have not been arrested for any other criminal offense. Is that correct, State?
And to clarify, the terms stated in 5 is there is no prohibition on early termination. However, there is a requirement that any modification to this agreement be agreed by the state and the court.
Okay. All right, sir. Now, with respect to this plea agreement, I have on each page next to defendant's initials MN. Did you in fact affix those initials to each page?
I did.
And have you reviewed each and every component of this plea agreement going through page 1 and through page 4?
I have.
Now it says on page 4, having read the above mentioned terms of this plea agreement and having been advised by my counsel, David Terrace, I, Michael Noak, freely and voluntarily enter into this plea agreement and agree to abide by all terms and conditions of this plea agreement, and agree that failure to comply with any terms or conditions within this agreement constitutes a violation of probation and subjects me to be sentenced to the statutory maximum penalties provided by law for the crimes for which I am now pleading guilty. And then it has a signature over the name Michael Noack. Isn't that in fact your signature, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I am now going to place my signature on this plea agreement, in that I am now going to be ratifying this plea agreement as negotiated between the state of Florida and your attorney. Has anybody, including your...
So there you have it, Brother Polight sentenced to 7 years in prison plus 10 years of supervised release afterwards. I'm gonna dig in deeper later into this, but it's crazy. That's crazy. You guys already know, the case and all that, but I'll dig into it later. Also, you can check our website, hiphopun.com. We'll have some more updates, but stay tuned for my commentary on this later. I just wanted to get this video out. I got to do an interview right now, but I wanted to give you the verdict. 7 years in state prison. Crazy. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Share the video, please.
Come on, man. Like that, like this, nobody made this stuff up. Nobody's, this dude did it. He did it. But like I said earlier, he always did some weirdo stuff. And nobody in the community, he's running around telling black women, the black woman is God. The black woman is God. You don't need to have a man. You don't need to have a man. You can have babies by yourself, through parthenogenesis and telling, just craziness. And then when I stepped up and said something, then I got disrespected. And shout out to some of those brothers. I really appreciate some of those brothers who actually said something on my behalf. When I stepped up and I started going at Polight, because Polight knew that his information was BS, he started attacking me. Trying to attack me personally, trying to figure out who I was dating, what I was dating, if I was gay, if I was straight. The conversation went from, is the black woman God and can women have babies by themselves, to what about Dr. Maat? What is she doing in her personal life? Is she really who she says she is? Is she really a doctor? Does she hate men? Is it really? And some of y'all just so damn dumb. You went along with him. You went along with the foolishness, right? Oh, well, I don't know. Who is she dating? So he then took you all the way from the message was, the black woman is God. You get babies by yourself. You don't need no man. It went from that to, I wonder if she's a real doctor, which I am. It's public information. Anybody who knows about PhDs, they know you can go to ProQuest, type in the person's name, and their dissertation pops up, right? You could do it with myself. You could do it with anybody who has gone through that process. And shout out to my brothers and sisters who have gone through that process. But it's public information, whether or not somebody has a PhD or not. It's public information. So some of y'all fools was sitting there, I wonder if she do got a PhD, listening to Polight, listening to the pedophile, the one running around talking about parthenogenesis and the black woman God and you don't need no man. You're listening to that guy. And then want to go up against a sister who was promoting my aunt, who was saying, no, it's about balance. If you're going to call the black woman God, you better make sure that you call the black man God. We're compliments. So you all went and drove me through the mud for a damn pedophile. Listen to what Sinetta had to say a few years back about Polight. Here we go. Thank you, Sister Juju.
Oh, let me do this. And I'm going to tell you, because I know that people don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck, but I do. Damn if you do, damn if you don't with our people.
He put this out there years ago that Polight ran off with a teenage girl, and y'all still supported him. Still supported him.
And so what I want to say to y'all today
is that it, Sister Juju? Because this is what you sent me. This don't look like
as
the one.
far as
here it is.
The House of Consciousness and Brother Polight. As far as the House of Consciousness and Brother Polight, even though you don't give a damn, because like I said, I already know it's not about the child or whoever's involved. It's not about that. It's really about y'all been trying to tear down the House of Consciousness for years because you don't like when we bang on the Hebrews. You don't like when we bang on religion. You don't like when we bang on a lot of things. And we do that for the hearts and minds of the people just to see if we can get y'all some knowledge. But I'm going to say it anyway. And y'all can hold me on what I'm about to tell you. Hold me on it. I don't support pedophilia for the last goddamn time. For the last time. You keep saying Sonetta knows more than he's selling us. I do not know more than what I'm telling you. When I banged on Polight that day, I got it from the goddamn reports of the police station. I'm not the only one that knew it. There's a brother by the name of Joel who also got the report. There's a brother by the name of Young Pharaoh who also got the report. I don't know why y'all was sleeping that day. Y'all must have been oversleeping or whatever. But when I said, nigga, you know I got more fire for you, I'm bluffing. I'm trying to get the nigga to come out. So I'm telling this nigga, yo, you know I know about you. And so when I say the Dr. York shit, you baby York or whatever, how I said it, because he come from the Dr. York camp.
He does.
And we all know what Dr. York been arrested for. So when I use the...
Did y'all catch that? He came out of the Dr. York camp, and we know that Dr. York is a pedophile. I don't care what you new Wapians say. We know he's a pedophile. And Sinat is telling you that Polight, I got to get out of here saying brother, that Polight came out of that camp. Here we go.
Words, baby York. No, ain't no stop telling. I got to tell it because people twist the story. So I said this and I'm going to say it for the last time. And then I will begin to move on and teach my people.
You know what? I want to go to the original clip. Sister Juju, I appreciate you. But this is the one I was looking for. This is the one that I was looking for. Hold on. Let me stop sharing this one. This is the one I was looking for, Sister Juju. This one right here. This one right here, Sister Juju. Where he calls him, he said he ran away with one of his girlfriends or one of his wife's children. This is the one I was looking for. And so, Sister Juju, family, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. If you all can get the timestamp, I'm going to go through it really quickly myself. But this is where he called him Baby York and all of that.
1,000. That call for me, that's like saying you get my aunt. Get one video, I'm going to come at me, though. Go. Cut it out. Don't make me bring her sister right here in front of Sonetta. Talked about your kids. Who are you talking about?
Here we go.
Huh?
Here we go.
You ain't talking about Tashia, right? You ain't talking about her, right? You ain't talking about Tashia Barnes, right? I know you ain't talking about her. I knew her before you, Polight. You ain't talking about her, right? The one you call Renentet, you ain't calling her your daughter, are you? Don't do it. Don't make me fucking do it, nigga. Huh? Little Dr. York, don't make me do it, nigga. Little fucking Dr. York. You You ain't talking about her, right? The one that you call Renente. Huh? Nigga, that ain't your daughter, nigga. Cut it out. Don't make me bring her sister right here in front of me. Her sister is my wife's cousin, nigga. You know that. Play yourself. You know that. Play your motherfucking self. Huh? She ran away from home to be with your bitch ass.
Uh-oh.
She left.
Did y'all hear that? This was one of his wives' daughter ran away to be with Polight. And Sinetta was angry, so he put it out there, right? But everybody forgot about it later on when Polight made a video. Y'all forgot about it.
Her own mother to be with your bitch ass. Nigga, fuck you talking about? Why you think her mother and them can't even find her? You wanna play with me, nigga? I told you it'd be better for you to fuck with Kev Gills and bang back at Pharaoh, nigga. Leave me the fuck alone. You can talk whatever the talk you want to talk about me, but I ain't never do no foul shit like you, nigga. Never rob nobody, bitch. Fuck is you talking about? Huh?
That's another thing. Polight was in the community scamming people, running scams, taking people life insurance policy money. There was a guy that I think he gave Polight like 10 or 20,000. That was money he got from like his parents or somebody died. So he was in the community scamming people, making money, right? And y'all tolerated that. You tolerated Polight scamming. You tolerated knowing that he was a pedophile for real, running away with one of his wives, quote unquote wives. You might as well say concubines, but one of his wives' daughters. Y'all knew about this and still supported him. Sick. So that's why I said that, yeah, Polight got sentenced today, but this is bigger than Polight. We're talking about a community of people, whether online or offline, who tolerate this mess, tolerate this foolishness, tolerate scamming, tolerate the disrespect of brothers and sisters, tolerate people who are pedophiles, tolerate brothers beating on their wives, tolerate that stuff. That's why I said this is bigger than Polight. We're talking about a culture of tolerance that exists in our community. You tolerate that foolishness.
Huh? I know you ain't talking about that girl, huh? The one that ran away from home, who snuck out the room and left her mother because her mother left you. You want me to tell the people why she left you, bitch? I'll tell them when you cut back. I'll tell them when you come back at me. I ain't gonna give up everything. Told you it'd be better to leave me the fuck alone. You fucking with the wrong one, and you know I'm crazy enough to go the fuck in. I'm not scared of getting beat the fuck down. I'ma still go in, nigga. You better kill me, bitch. You better fucking kill me. Fuck is wrong with you? Ain't nobody scared of you, nigga. Ain't nobody in this world is more grimier, low life, scumbag as you. You done robbed from little babies, motherfucker. Damn. You done robbed from women and children, nigga.
So why was he still permitted to chill in the community? Come back, make videos, do interviews. People still sending him money. Said he took from, not only did he molest babies, said he took from women and children. Are y'all listening?
Fuck is wrong with you? Trying to come back at me, knowing that I got all this shit on you. Man, listen. Dude, I will call the sister up right now. Say I won't. Say I won't call Shakira. Yeah, see, you don't even know Shakira, nigga.
It was crazy. It was crazy, family. And check this out. Check this out. So I think Polight got to turn himself in tomorrow, right? Look at this, family. Look at this. Look at these fools partying with him. That's what we doing now, family. Partying with pedophiles, dapping them up in the camera, throwing parties for pedophiles. That's what we doing, family. Throwing parties for pedophiles. I've never seen anything in my life. I remember a time in the black community, man, they was like, man, that's the worst thing you can get charged for. Don't go to jail, man, if you're a pedophile. Man, them brothers in there, they handle you. Man, I talked to one of my homeboys that was down. He did 8.5 years. I think it was 7.5. Shout out to P. Shout out to Capital P. He called me on the telephone. He said, it's not like that anymore. It's not like that. Pedophiles come through here all the time and nobody touch them. This dude has zero remorse. You just signed a plea deal, plea bargain down to 7 years for violating a 14-year-old child. And you throw yourself a party. If you all don't see mental illness in this video, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to see. When I look at this video, all I see is mental illness. Partying, putting up a sign, get those charges dropped. Those charges dropped. Partying, whole party, y'all. And you just heard the verdict. He got a count of child abuse, child neglect. He got to pay the woman he was seeing $25,000 in restitution. He has to go to sex offender classes. And instead of getting online and saying, man, I was sorry. I apologize. I let my family down. I let my community down. He has a party and post the party. Look at it, family. What kind of society do we live in now where we actually party with pedophiles? I'm just curious. That's where we are right now, family? Shout out to Wack 100. Everybody got mad with Wack 100. Everybody got mad with Wack 100 when he cursed Polight out. Got mad with him. But he was one of the only dudes that I knew that really took it to him publicly. This wasn't behind closed doors, a telephone conversation. This was, I believe they were having a telephone conversation. Wack 100, I think it was. I'm sorry. He did it publicly. And the reason why I said publicly, because he actually recorded the telephone conversation and then he posted it. Shout out to Wack 100. Let's listen.
I'm never going to agree. I thought you were going to get on the phone and say, you know what? This what that is, this what that ain't. But for your motherfuckers concerned as a black man, listen, as a black man, to be talking about defamation of character when motherfuckers been watching this shit go on and it's a 14-year-old girl involved that they talking about his semen and all kind of other shit and bestiality and all kind of weird shit going on, and you not want to address that, right? It's a real suspect, bro.
That's not true, brother.
So
now,
did you cop a plea?
Real quick,
did you cop a plea?
Then you'll see where I was going. Please.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Go ahead,
Okay, brother. So this is what I was going to tell you. You took a post from somebody, right, that was lying. When he got caught on it, and we told him, bro, my people reached out to him like, listen, that's misinformation. I never made a plea, and I never pleaded to no fucking molestation, King. So you took it, right? Guess what he did? Hold on, real quick. That's the most important part. You took it and posted it, but guess what he did? He took it down. So all I was going to say to you,
I'm asking you, are you still in court? You guilty or what?
I ain't no fucking guilty. Now listen to this.
Because
I ain't guilty. I'm not going to disclose. You know, if you
was going to interview you, he said Netta was going to interview you about the shit.
In due time. So now, let me just say this.
You do the go to court in June. We've been following it, right? Did you change
Say
your
again?
court date? We've been following your ass the whole time. I got people assigned to your shit because we want to see,
That's
because
good.
nigga, because
I don't
if you
mind.
didn't fuck with a kid, right? I'm gonna be real. For you to be on your social media flashing Rolls Royces and shit is weird as a motherfucker right now.
It's not weird for me because I ain't a guilty man. So all I'm telling you is just be careful when you repost somebody's misinformation because other people are going to behave and respond differently. I was just reaching out to you as a brother. Like,
what you mean
down.
behave and respond differently, bro? Ain't you a crip?
Because
nigga,
other people will be talking about suing and all of that
what
other
you
stuff.
mean by
I'm not
that.
going to talk to you
Bro,
about no
don't
suing.
shoot no subs at me, bro. Because you's a bitch ass nigga. The homie, hey, look, don't you be with my homeboy out of Louisiana? On Paru, I'm always in Miami, dog. Don't send no subs, dog. I'm not no debater. Don't sub me about us because what you trying to say is people will react. And I don't give a fuck about no people reacting. Because you're a fucking pedophile, dog. Straight up. And if you want, I can come to Miami. Dog, do you want to holler at me when I come to Miami? Listen, bro. Do you want to holler face to face? Because that shit you said, look, nigga, I'm not no fucking rapper. So that shit you just tried to say that other people will react, fuck your people. And whoever stand with you is a bitch. Now, I'm coming to Miami in a couple days. On Paru, we can pull up wherever you want and holler face to face. That way is men. Whatever a nigga say that a nigga don't like, a nigga can address that, bro. But don't shoot no subs, nigga, because I'm not no fucking Israelite and I'm not no fucking debater, bro. I heard that shit.
Slug at you,
You did, nigga. You did, nigga. Stay in your place with me, my nigga. Hey, look, bro. Look, hey, look. Do you want to holler face to face? Because I can come to Miami. It's 5-hour trip. I got.
Because the shit that you posted, once my people sent the nigga that is defamation of character.
So, family, that was Wack 100 going at Polight. Polight and lying. I ain't take no plea, man. I ain't guilty. And you see, he was in court today and did take a plea, and he was found guilty. So who was lying back then? But see, Polight has always lied, skimmed, and scammed. And like I said, when he disrespected me, there was probably a handful of brothers that actually stepped up and said, nah, don't disrespect the sister. He's teaching people that the black woman is God. You don't need no man. Women can have babies by themselves. We're capable of parthenogenesis. He said all that foolishness. So here you go. Here I come, right? Standing on my eye, right? Standing on science. And I'm like, no, it's about complementarity. Shout out to Baba Nwalimu Baruti. He has a book called Complementarity. So I said, you can't call the woman God and leave the man out, right? That's not complementarity. That's not ma'at. That's not balance. That's an imbalance. That's what I said. And then I went in, I did a whole presentation. And you know what Polight did? You know how Polight clapped back at me? Here we go.
Peace and Black Pop family, you already know what it is. This
All
your
right,
brother
speed it up.
Son coming black at you once again with this real in your head, polite on the turn. Check it out.
God, yes or no? And she proved to herself and to the people that the black woman was not God.
Now, see, Sinetta, and y'all got to understand what Sinetta does. Sinetta like instigate things and he'll put something out there. I never said that the black woman was not divine, right? Not divine, not worthy. I'm a black woman first and foremost, right? So I never said that we as black women aren't divine when we are in our righteous state, right? Aren't divine, are not, should not be exalted. I never said that. What I said was, what we're not going to do, right? And when you say God, that takes me back to European concepts and all of that stuff, but I don't want to get complicated on this live stream. But my whole point was that if you're going to say the black woman is God, you better call the black man God. Let's stand on Ma'at, right? Stop telling black women that they can have babies without men. Let's stand on science. Science doesn't say that, right? And so anyway, Polight, Sinetta, I don't know if you just heard him say to Polight, and I think that's red pill or blue pill. I forgot which one. I'm thinking is red because he has on a red hoodie, but it could be blue pill. Blue pill wears red as well. But he said to them, she said the black woman ain't God. You see what I'm saying? And when I say, and also I did say that that the black woman wasn't God, and I'm saying in a sense of not being this supernatural power, right? Not that. You see what I'm saying? But Sinetta really didn't give them context, even though Polight know the context. Polight was scared of me, I promise you. So here was his response.
What is your take on that? I want you to be careful. She might see this. This might be your first time going up against a woman, brother. A doctor, Sister Maya.
It can never be my first time going against a woman because I'm religionist. So I'm always in debates. That's what sharpens my skill when I get into the ring, because these women are always questioning my moves, my actions. So,
thank you, Sunspot. It's blue pill.
First and foremost, I love Dr. Maat. She's an exceptional being.
He's lying, y'all. He never had no love for me. This is all camera, because in one breath, I love Dr. Maat. She's an exceptional being, but in the next breath, you disrespect me. So it was never no love. This ain't love. Here we go.
That I'm proud to say is part of our race. So I don't have an issue with her taking her stance as a black woman, especially in this day and time, to tell people how great they are and use thought-provoking terminologies to appropriate to that term as it corresponds.
Oh my gosh. I hate sometimes listening to him speak, because I am a wordsmith and I listen to folks. He tries to sound articulate and he's not. I remember you all used to be in the chat. Oh, brother Polight, he used big words. He's so articulate. Are you listening to him? He doesn't even make sense. Listen to him. Listen to him. Hold on. Listen to him. I'm gonna rewind it. Here we go. Listen to him.
All right. So she's an exceptional being that I'm proud to say is part of our race. So I don't have an issue with her taking her stance as a black woman, especially in this day and time, to tell people how great they are and use thought-provoking terminologies to appropriate to that term as it corresponds with those people. We will be in conflict from time to time.
Did y'all hear what he just said, y'all? Did y'all hear what he just said?
It will happen. I don't say this to undermine her intelligence. I actually agree with a great deal of what she said. Sometimes we can find out.
No, he didn't. He was in the chat disrespecting me because there was brothers coming back. Oh, look at what she got on. Why she got on black pants, black cargo pants with a black shirt and the red, black, and green. Oh, she looked masculine. Oh, she looked like. So he's lying, y'all. I'm just letting you know he's lying. He wasn't in the chat saying anything positive. He agreed. He support me. All of this is just a lie.
Ourselves at a stalemate when it comes to information. Sometimes both parties can actually be right in the matter in which they come to their discernment. So her perspective to me is accurate. I agree with her perspective. My perspective is definitely accurate. See, I'm a black man, so I am able to bear witness to the black woman transform. I have been in my first relationship for 18 years with a black woman. I don't believe Dr. Maat has 18 years under her belt with any man.
Now, how would he know? How would he know? He put this out there. I've been with my wife for 18 years. I don't think she's been with a man for 18 years. What does any of that, whether I have or haven't been, what does that have to do with the fact that he was running around teaching women that the black woman was God, right? And that black women don't need men, and that we can have babies all by ourselves? What does, if I was being with a man, have anything to do with the debate at hand? Somebody tell me in the chat.
This is not a shot I'm throwing at her at all.
Yes, it was.
I'm giving you
shot.
perspective.
It was a
because
shot.
I agree with her perspective. I understand her perspective. In my world, my wife saved my life. That's my world. She got me to stop from drug dealing. She stopped me from gangbanging. No one else could. It would have to be a force of God that would create a situation like that for me, because my money was way more important than anything else. But my wife made those issues within myself subside by her influence. To be with somebody for 18 years is to see them transform in those 18 years. I've seen the potential that I empowered her to access as she empowered me to become a better man for her. So I've seen her transform.
A better man, and he molesting the girls in the circle, the daughters. A better man, though.
From a hood chick to a God. When I say God, I don't mean it in a religious sense. I mean it in its most colloquial sense. Having autonomous control, a person in control of a specific aspect of creation. There are variant forms that demonstrate this ability, one of which being the 9 months gestation period belongs exclusively to the woman. She has autonomous control over the gestation period. She has
so does the female, the lioness. So does the mama bear, right? So does any female mammal. So all female mammals, are all females mammals God by his definition?
Has total control over the stress that may be incurred that can afflict the child. She is born with all the ovate cells she will ever have from the time she is born. These are things that are exclusive to the woman that destines us for the life in which we thrive in today. That makes her have certain godship over this existence. No one else can take that from her. There's no way I could be wrong about that. So she said a lot of things, which I believe she's absolutely right about. And I'm going to say a lot of things that you cannot say is wrong, unless you're going to show me a man going through 9 months gestation.
Okay, so a black woman is God because of her ability, our ability to carry and bring forth life, right? Well, then again, the lioness is God. You see what I'm saying? The mama bear, the female bears, the female pigs, the cats that we have in our house, the female dogs, right? They're gods too.
You feel me? Breastfeeding. The colostrum fluid in the breastfeeding that takes place, which enhances the psychology of the child, enhances the immune system of the child, enhances the digestive system of the child. That is an exclusive right and ability bestowed upon a woman to transmit to her child, be it male or female. That is having autonomous control over something specific to an aspect of creation. As I stipulate verbatim from Merriam-Webster's dictionary, I'm not talking about the God religious context. I'm talking about the colloquial sense of the word, just meaning being in control. Does the black man demonstrate points in existence where he's in control? Undoubtedly so. But when my focus is on the woman, I don't know why men want me to give them praise. They get plenty of praise. When I'm talking about the woman, I'm just talking about the woman. They oftentimes think I'm demeaning or diminishing the role of the man because I say she's God. They say, why are you using God? Why don't you say goddess? God is a neuter noun. And I know how it feels. If I say goddess, somewhere in your mind, she's second to God. So I say God because it's more thought-provoking, and I'm employing a mild form of rhetoric, while at the same time, the word God is a neuter noun. It can be appropriated to a man or
And the word God is a Germanic term, right? And the word God, it comes out of the European language. So if anything, if you want to talk to me, you get what I'm saying, as a black woman, as an African woman, don't call me God. I'm good.
Or a woman. So I say God, so you don't diminish her role as a goddess, which is what we have a tendency to do. As a man that's been in a relationship with a woman for over 18 years, I believe that is unfamiliar territory for a lot of people. So as a man, I'm speaking from an 18-year experience with a woman that she cannot speak of as a woman having been.
How does he know? I don't know this dude personally. How does he know who I've been with?
In a relationship with a man. So when I say a woman is God, I'm coming from a 18-year experience. In addition to that, I have 3 other wives that I've been with for 10 years, a decade. So I've been with 4 women together for a decade, and 1 woman in particular for 18 years. So when I say the black woman is God, it's only because I bear witness to who and what she is and what she has become, granted the conducive environment, granted the right circumstances. I can turn a woman to a God by having her access a certain level of potential perpetually just through what I do with them sexually.
Did you hear what he just said? I can turn a woman into a God based on what I do with them sexually. No one thought to say anything, like no one thought that was weird. I can turn a woman into a God based on what I do with her sexually. Not because I transformed her mind or transformed her spirit or educated her and I helped her to tap into her divinity, her highest self, and to walk in her highest self, right? To tap into her higher consciousness. None of that. Sex.
That's a whole different conversation. Now, I don't want to say you have to be dick down to become a goddess, but I'm saying it plays a significant role too. Now, I'm not saying I'm trying to dick her down. I'm just saying 18 years of that dick appropriation, and it'd be a matter of time before you come into your being. Every man can't do it, but I certainly must be one of them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Did you hear his sick weirdo ass? Do you hear him saying it? I can turn a woman into a God based on just alone based on what I do with her sexually. No red flag went off for everybody. No, the only red flag went off in my brain. Like, yo, this dude's a weirdo. This dude's a weirdo. So I wasn't surprised, family. I wasn't surprised when I found out about his charges. I wasn't surprised at all. I mean, he's always done and said some weirdo stuff. You know, there were always, remember, so you just heard it from your own ear. You heard it with your own ears. He's always said some weird stuff. You also heard a video of Sinetta years ago calling him Baby York, saying that he ran off with one of his wives' daughters. You heard all of this. So the handwriting is on the wall. The handwriting been on the wall. So my question is to the community, why didn't we ostracize Polight? Why didn't Polight get G-checked? Why didn't he get ostracized from the community? Because there's a tolerance, right? There's a culture of tolerance for sickness in our behavior. You know people are sick. You know people are doing certain things. No one says anything. You know your uncle's a pedophile, your auntie's a pedophile. You know it. Some of y'all got cousins in the families, straight pedophiles. And the cousin at the family reunion, and you know that he or she done touched all the little cousins, and y'all know it. The kissing cousins, the pants rubbing cousins. Nobody talks about it. We just got older. Right? Come on, family. Right now, we got 180,000 people in the building. Family, make sure that you thumb up the video. Thumb up this video. Thumb up this video. I'm getting ready to drop the link in the chat. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your views, your ideas. What do you feel like, right, about this whole situation? Okay? I can go for another 20 minutes. I got another 20 minutes in me. But I want to hear from you, family. I just dropped the link in the chat. Right now, thumb up the video, family. Also, share this video on all of your social media platforms. We want to each one teach one. And the way that we can do that, family, the way that we do that, the way we each one teach one in the 21st century is by simply hitting the share button. So family, make sure that you grab the link, post it on your Facebook page. If you're on Twitter, tweet the link. Say Dr. Maat is live. If you're on IG, tweet it, put it out there, right? Post it. Say my sister's live. She's going in. All right. She's live. She's going in. All right, family. So share. Also, family, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so that whenever I go live, you are notified. All right, family? And then hit that notification button because I go live maybe once or twice a week, right? But pull up on your sister. All right, subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, go back and make sure you're still subscribed because I'm hearing that YouTube is unsubscribing people. All right? So make sure you still subscribe and hit that notification bell. Family, you're looking at the flyer right now for the Kamoyo Shule Africana Weekend School every weekend, starting in 2 weeks. All right? Starting in 2 weeks, every weekend, all the way up through May. Baba Imhotep of PLM is having a Kamoyo Shule Africana Weekend School. That's every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., Sunday 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. This is for ages 8 through 11, where children will be exposed. It says right here to custom, questory and culture, reading and comprehension, African philosophy, character development, STEM, and much more. So you see that it's about integrity, excellence, and discipline. So he says right here, if you are enrolled, if you're interested in enrolling your child, please contact him. He's on Instagram, Baba Imhotep, or you can send an email to kamoyoshule@gmail.com. Family, make sure that our babies stay engaged. Get them off those video games. You'll let your son stay on a daggone game all night playing Fortnite and Mortal Kombat and NBA 2K. I probably butchered that, right? Call of Duty, all of that type of stuff, right? But then won't give them an educational experience like this. See, family, back in the, during that Black Power movement, you got to remember, education played a huge role in the Black liberation movement. Huge role, right? You had freedom schools all over the place. Some of them were full-time and some of them were on the weekends. Family, we got to get back to that. We got to get back to educating our babies, family. So if you're in the DMV area, make sure that you come on down here. Enroll your child in the Kamoyo Shule Africana Weekend School ASAP. ASAP, family. We got to do better. We got to educate our babies. Shout out to the Afur Ra Academy. Go to ahuraacademy.com. Get our babies out of the public food system. Over 180-something people watching this live stream, and I guarantee you the majority of you are Black powered out, and you sending your child to indoctrination camp Monday through Friday, and you want to get up here and be Black powered out. Pull your children out of the public food system. Get them into the Afur Ra Academy. All you have to do is go to ahuraacademy.com. Get them out of the public food system. All right, family. I see some people in the building. I see Omega Sun. Peace and love to you, warrior. How are you?
Salute. How you doing, Revolutionary?
Salute to you, Revolutionary. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm great.
Beautiful. Wonderful. What are your thoughts about, this whole Brother Polight situation? You know the background. He's been in this, so-called conscious community for a minute. Yes. And, everybody's online celebrating. Oh, he got sentenced to 7 years. And I'm like, to me, it's bigger than him, though. You know what I mean? And so, but what are your ideas? Yeah. What are your thoughts? You have the floor, warrior.
That perspective is totally correct. I mean, it's very appropriate because it is bigger than him. It's bigger than all of us.
Absolutely.
This whole thing that we have with the charismatic personalities and the worship of it is what's plaguing us. It has plagued us for years. Whoever has the most convincing argument that is entertaining, not enlightening, has been the ones that were propelled up to, a higher status amongst others, just because they can sound slick or they say a curse word or two and like, that bedazzlement. And it's really for nothing. It doesn't add up to anything. There's no institutions built. There's no solid pedagogy that was put forth that we can honestly say this is something we can troop with. This is something we can march with and stand on strong. And then everybody would start to pick on certain leaders that came before us and pick and choose some of their lines just to mesmerize those that don't know their work.
Teach.
And that has been very, very disrespectful to those ancestors, first of all. And then for the young that do get it, they have to separate themselves now, And once you get paid for a certain thing like that, those type of, insidious moves, it becomes a model of success. So then you have 10, 12, 20 other people following that. And that sucks, man. That does nobody anything good. It's just, it's just a wreck right now. And I just pray for the victims, the family, that has to endure that, that trauma. They got to go through this. And I'm glad that these people weren't put into the public eye, because there are some people that are zealots for the guy.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
It's damaging right now. It's really damaging.
No, absolutely, brother. And one thing I love, we talk about this behind closed doors a lot. The plagiaristic behavior, of the so-called conscious community. Like you said, they parrot our ancestors, right? Our warrior scholars, and they don't mention their names. I mean, it's a plenty of people that I could talk about who are considered charismatic, speakers and leaders, and they was on the Breakfast Club, and won't mention none of our You got that from Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. You got that from Dr. Amos Wilson. You got that from Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu. You know what I mean?
Yes,
you got that. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got that from Asa Hilliard, dog. Or you took that from Dr. Karanga. Or you get what I'm saying? Like, y'all, they take that stuff and they parrot it as if it's their own. And like you said, for people who are just coming into this information, they're mesmerized, and they don't know the source of it. So they think that they are the source of it. Right. So brother, I do plan on going live one day to talk about that. It's very disrespectful, right? To our warrior scholars, and it's disrespectful and disingenuous, to our people. It's disrespectful. But thank you so much, brother, for coming on and sharing your thoughts. Did you have anything else you wanted to add, brother Omega Son?
Well, keep on, fighting the fight. It's only a struggle if you start to quit. So keep pressing on, keep pushing on, and don't fall for the hype. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of fake characters out there, people that, self-aggrandizing, delusional.
Come on.
Don't fall for them. Don't fall for them. Get to the source. A good scholar cites their sources.
Come on.
Scrutinize their sources, and then validates the theories and ideas behind that source.
Facts.
Let's get to it.
Facts. And another thing that you said before I let you go, brother, you said, man, they doing all that talking, but where's your work? What are you building? Where's your brick and mortar? Where are your institutions? You talking all that stuff that Polight was talking on Sinetter's platform. They don't have no school. It's no institutions, nothing. It was just talk. And so we as Black people, African people, however you want to identify, because everybody is Black, is Black American, is FBA, is don't say that, it's ADOS, no, it's Hebrew, no, however you want to identify. We have to do better. We need people to show and prove. Remember how the nations of gods and earths, right? 5%ers used to say show and prove. Show me what you're talking about. Show it to me, prove it to me. If you out here preaching about the Black family, show me your Black family. If you're talking about education, show me your school, show me your educational programs, your camps, show me your weekend schools. Show me. Don't just talk me to death.
And it should be easy if you've been doing the work, and then say, bam, shout to brother Q Butter XCX.
Yes.
Doing the work.
He's doing the work.
Definitely. So thank you for having me up. Blessings. Peace.
Appreciate you. Blessings, warrior. Blessings. Brother Afur Ra Amun. Brother, you have the floor. Peace and love to you in the car. Cozy.
See, I was just about to give me some gas and something in the water from 7-Eleven.
I can dig it.
Peace to you, Dr. Maat.
Peace to you, warrior.
I try to catch her, any chance I get. As you see, as mobile, I'm still going to catch you.
Appreciate you, Warrior. Appreciate you.
This whole situation for me, just like what the brother was saying, I could put aside all of the intellectual, this, that, the third. You know, a lot of you all, and I say you all because I'm one of the spectators of everything. So I'm not in the inner circle with you all who's delivering the information to us. So I put aside all the information that you all give us, and I separate that from your conduct. You know, Polight gave up a lot of, information, positive, this, that, and third, but I separate your behavior from the information. So I'm born 77. You know, you wouldn't be allowed to be in a group of us as men because just in how we are, you just couldn't be around us. So certain things you just knew that you couldn't do, you couldn't think, you couldn't be, because us as men, we just address each other. You know how, like, us as men, we quick to pull cards on anything. You know, us as men get together, we're going to put each other card on anything that we feel as though is negative towards us. You know, sometimes it could be fun and games, sometimes it could be real serious. And for me, the men in that community that Polight and everybody was involved with, they just wasn't thorough enough as far as their energy to be able to detect certain things. Because certain things you can already pull to prevent maybe some things from happening, but it just seems like, man, too many arms was around his shoulder to just make him feel that things were just that sweet. And that just irritated me because, when I'm not glutton for giving somebody punishment, but when I be looking at certain things that be happening outside of the DMV or outside of, I'm like, this man, none of that stuff going on around us. It's always at a distance where as though that your mindset, you would think that had you been in that situation, you would have corrected things or you would have done things a whole lot differently. But just too many, just too many arms around this guy, too many. Oh,
I agree. Oh, he went out. Brother, are you there, brother? I know he's driving, so he just went out. And he froze. All right. Hey, so brother, you froze. When you get your cell phone straight, man, come back in. When you get your cell phone situation straight, come back in. All right. I think it says, oh yeah, lost caller. Oh, he just texted in the chat, family. He said lost call died. Okay, so he, his call died. Okay, so I see what's happening, family. I just dropped the link in the chat. If you want to comment, I see Mama Ngozi was in the building. My warrior sister was in the building. If you want to comment, come on in, warrior sister. I just dropped the link. Anybody want to come in and comment? You have the floor. Now, the brother was saying that he separates information from behavior, right? Kind of like don't shoot the messenger, not shoot the messenger, but take the message, accept the message, don't shoot the messenger. And I hear that type of thinking. I disagree though, brother Afur Ra. I think that, you should be a living embodiment of the information you provide. For example, I'm not going to come on here and speak to you all about Ma'at, call myself Dr.Maat, and not try to live Ma'at. So learn about Ma'at enough to teach others about Ma'at, but then not live Ma'at, or at least expire, because we got to remember Ma'at is a moral ideal. We got to keep that in mind. Ma'at is a moral ideal. So is what you are aspiring to be, is what you are aspiring, how you are aspiring to be, live, think, talk, speak. You see what I'm saying? So you as a person should embody the information that you provide people. Like, that's like me sitting here and I'm providing you all information on parenting, but then I don't parent, right? I don't parent. I just, I'm talking to you about it, but I don't do it, right? Or I'm doing it and I'm doing a terrible job, but I'm coming on here. So I don't separate behavior from information. I think that a person should embody or exude, practice, right, the information that they provide, right? You know, and I know maybe like for everything you may not be able to do that, but I think for most things like that you should strive to do that. So for example, you have Baba Imwali Mubarudi, who wrote a book on complementarity. Well, he's been married for decades, to Mama Ya, and shout out to the Barudis, and he wrote a book on complementarity. He actually lived what he put forth in his book. So I don't necessarily separate behavior from the information. Mama and Koyo, peace and love to you, Mama.
Peace.
Peace,
Warrior sister, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I think I'm being taken out for a little bite to eat from our second day of school. That's how we're tired. We deserve it. 2 days in, we deserve it. No.
So you and Baba going out on a date. Y'all going on, you got your boo. What's up, Baba? What's going on, Baba? She got a boo. She got a boo thing. She got a boo thing with her.
Yeah.
Oh man, Mama and Koyo. Oh, I think I went out. I think Mama and Koyo. It was my internet. I think
Technology. Dr. Maat.
Yeah, I'm here. It was on me. I think it was on my end.
Yeah, I'm not going to Baba trying to work it. You know how I go. Let me see. Don't laugh at me, y'all. I'm working it. Put my earphone back in. Over here. Don't laugh at me. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
There we are.
All right. Okay.
Yes, I can.
So what are your thoughts about this whole Polight situation? What are your thoughts, Mama?
I honestly, I've never been the one to follow a lot of folks. I never followed him. I didn't follow a lot of the other people because it's funny style, funny acting, and just the energy. I just didn't get with it. And because I am married to who I am, and I've been around a lot of men that I've been around in the RBG community with Lone Star RBG. We just don't roll like that. And I didn't. So listening to him and that when the accusations first came out, I said, yeah, he did it. And I had to, I said, yeah, he did it. As Black women, and as a lot of times we don't come out, even as Black girls, young girls, we don't come out and we're not going to accuse you of anything like that because we already know that you're going to be called you're going to be called a slut. You're going to be said what you do, what you have on, what did you say? So if we come out and say you did it, you did.
Come on.
And that's from my perspective as a woman who has been assaulted, sexually assaulted, and all molested, all that. But I'm not going to come out and say I didn't because my family didn't believe me. So I'm not going to come out and say, so if somebody come out against you, yeah. And again, like you were stating earlier, the conscious community, I'm going to say, some is on that, and I'm going to generalize. Some, they don't do a great job of upholding the standards and principles that we are marching and talking about and rapping about and we speaking about. And that has always left a nasty and sour taste in my mouth. I've hated it because we have to hold each other accountable. And a lot of people be like, well, they grown, they can do what they don't do what they do. No, if they running in a circle with us, you got to be about your shit. And if you're not, you need to get up from around me because I know what I do. I'm going to put all my, and so I think the Negro need to go And I hope they play with his beehole. I hope they tear it up because you deserve everything. Your mouth needs to be messed up. You need to have herpes on your mouth looking like old boy, that's out here talking about a stool too. But I'm gonna keep that. I ain't gonna say nothing else. But you need to look like that when you're done with. After you come out there doing them 7 years, we shouldn't even be able to recognize you. And I'm saying that if we say we have a community that we supposed to be trying to build the nation, in nation and communities, you protect.
Come on.
You protect. And we should have been, anybody who has accusation, we should have been seeing them first. Not on YouTube talking bad about them, not doing this. We should have been seeing them first. And that's why I try to keep my mouth closed. But I done got me hype and crunk out here. And I'm just like, Dr. Maat come up here with all this fire. You come with these receipts and things. It's videos I've never seen. And because I don't get into all
right,
the
right. You're not
I don't
in,
know
right. Yeah.
I don't know about it. So when they were talking about baby, like father, like son, I'm like, oh God, who was his daddy did it too? It's ancestral. But a lot of times it is ancestral. And we have to understand we're losing as a Black people, we're losing our morality. We're losing our values, our more ways, because we're becoming more connected with that of our oppressor. Too much like them. And we have to hold each other accountable for the things that we do. And we need to get back to the principles, like you said, the principles of Ma'at. We got to get back to that. We need to mean it, say it, and do it. That's just point blank, simple right there. I just period, as the baby say, period. That's how what I'm saying. And so I had to hop in. We have, as a woman, because I've combat men, and I have to remember I am a woman. I am a goddess. I know I'm a creator, but sometimes I think I'm my hits hurt harder than what they probably do. So I have Napoleon complex a lot, and I be trying to combat them, but I don't mind calling a spade because it is what it is. Every accuser that I've accused them. They may not have been believing, but I'm gonna open my mouth. And anybody out there who is being violated, I open your mouth and tell somebody, tell anybody and everybody that will listen. Don't stop until you get somebody, shut them down. But luckily for me, and I give thanks for my Gungu, my ancestors, the whatever you want to call spirit guides, because all of my violators are gone. They're no longer on this earth. So I've been able to watch them to their demise, and I love it. I've not had to say another thing or do another thing, but I'm just saying we have to remember that where our morals lie, and spiritually we're gonna have to pay for this. If anybody was really knew what was going on and around that, you are guilty as well.
Come on, you guilty too.
You guilty as well.
That's right.
And because we have to start calling it out and doing, not just calling it out, but doing something about it. Shut him down. He shouldn't been able to make no more money. But sometimes as well, just like we know with an old boy who done got called out for the garbage school, they still get money because our people lack knowledge of self. They lack self-love. And we just got to I think that we have to get it together for ourselves before we can put it out there. So that's my 2 cents, and I appreciate you. I'm gonna go get me some little wing and teams or something. I don't know what, so I can be ready for Jalen in the morning. But I gotta be ready for Jay.
Well, Mama, as always, I thank you for clicking on that link. I said, Mama, where you at? Click on the link. So I appreciate you, Mama.
I appreciate it.
You always got my back, and I appreciate you, Mama, for dropping in and dropping those good old jewels. Have a good time with Baba. Send my love to the babies, and we're going to touch base soon, Mama. Ashe.
Absolutely. Keep doing the great work, sis. I love you. Don't mind telling you. Yes.
Likewise, and I love you too. I love you
All
too.
right.
That's my warrior sister right there, y'all. That's my warrior sister family that just dropped in, man. Straight up powerful sister that I connected with, and we like minds. Now Afur Ra Amun, I'm glad you came back, because Baba Imhotep said this, because you said I separate the person from the information, or behavior from the information. When you left, I expressed to the audience that I don't. I think that we should that a person who provides information to the community, right? Whether you're an educator, you're a teacher, right? That you should embody that which you are speaking of. So if you're going to talk about the Black family, show me the Black family. I know some dudes, and I ain't gonna say no names, you all can figure it out. You got dudes in this community that run around the Black family. They're screwing all of the women in the community, right? Different women in the community. They're having different babies by different people, and they're on child support in court. And I'm talking about, if I drop 2 names, you all will be looking at me like, but they online, man, the Black family, as Black people, man, we got to take care of our women. We got to take care of our children. And they in court because they not paying $200 a month for that one child, $50 a week for that. So we got to embody what we preach. So again, when you left, I gave this example. I said, that's like me getting online, calling myself Dr. Maat, right? Teaching about Maat. And then I go live a life full of isfet when I get off the line. I'm just living a total different life. No, if we're providing this information, we should be embodying that which we speak of. If I'm talking about science, I should be practicing science, right? If I'm talking about African philosophy and culture, African history, philosophy and culture, then I should be studying that and living that. You understand? So see, Baba Imhotep responded, right? It says School of Urban Philosophy. Look what he wrote to you. He said, it's that type of reasoning that allows these fakes and frauds to continue fleecing Black people. He said, we cannot overlook character. And I agree 1,000% with him. So go ahead, brother. You got the floor.
Yeah, so I had got cut off because I was trying to explain what I meant by the information based on the behavior, because we were spectators, those who are at a distance from Brother Polight or Polight. Can't say Brother Polight because once you done violated the whole situation, I can't even use Polight, I can't use brother. I'm just gonna say, what I'm saying, the goddamn Negropian or some shit, because he does some old wild stuff. But
yeah, he does.
What I'm saying is that as spectators, the only thing we get is the information, and then once we find out this stuff right here, reason why I say it was separate, because that's what we know him for, is information right there. The further we are from him,
right,
the further we are from him, the less we know about the particulars, the things as individuals. So that's why I was using the word separation. And maybe I shouldn't have used that word separation, but I would just say the only thing we was getting from him, the further we are away from him, is just the intellectual stuff that he was bringing as far as Black advancement. But when you got folks that got their arms around them and they're able to see more personal things and stuff like that, they had a little beef. They say little slick stuff out their mouth, this, that, and the other. But then you still have groupings with them. You still laughing and joking with them and stuff like that. So that's why I was saying, as far as we have to separate it from what we're looking at, because the people that got their arms around them, they're not. They know all that stuff that's joined together. They know the slick stuff he done possibly have done, and on top of that, they still be chilling with the man. So I'm like, y'all actually really willing to swindle money out of us just to get views, and that Obama is like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, because anytime he hit the link, folks gonna be donating just to hear what he got to say, and whoever else promoting them got to say. Folks gonna be, they're gonna be putting that money. I'm like, but if the Bama wild, if he got some chick in his armor, and then you still put him on out here, and what I'm saying, like, damn, like, it's all a fraud.
Right. I'm with you.
It's all a fraud. So that's so like I said, I could have used that word separate. Like I said, the further we are from the guy, the only thing I know. So when I hear stuff like this, everybody that's from a distance is going to give everything the benefit of the doubt, just because of the mindset that he used towards us on social media, that made us say, well, because of your mindset, that's not possible that you would do something like that. But I mean, history repeats itself. That's not like the first time somebody else done brought some information and positive things to the community at the same time behind closed doors.
Facts.
I'm saying, done some old stuff like that. Like I said, I'm a dad of daughters. So I know how I would react just knowing that you in the same environment. Just knowing that I know you a couple of blocks up the road. It ain't even $5 worth of gas money to put in either one of my cars to get up there and put hands on you. Just because everybody don't talk the same thing about the same situations is not true.
Right. Facts.
Yeah, you in the jailhouse and everybody know you as a thief. If a daggone bag of Doritos get missing, the whole compound coming down on you.
Facts.
I don't understand why the community, especially us as men, it should be any different.
That's right. That's right.
I just, for me personally, I don't like for handcuffs to be put on a guy like that when knuckles can be put on him. Feet can be put on him.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
I just take it personal when we still leave the oppressor or the gatekeeper to be, just to bring fines and judgment against somebody that we pretty much could have done it to 1,000 times over before he even reached the penitentiary. We could have got him the same way we get him to come in and drop some information down on a book or something. We call it invite him to the cookout.
Facts.
So, like what brings me to that. Remember that it was a movie called Carolina, Bastard Out of Carolina.
I heard the title. I heard of the title.
When that girl, her boyfriend, was messing around with that little girl. It's a white movie, but messing around with that little girl, and I think they may have just been coming home from a funeral or something like that. And the little girl, she happened to get a sip of her grandma's little bourbon or whiskey or something, and happened to go into the bathroom to use the bathroom. And they had an auntie around that joint that was about no games. And she happened to walk in that joint to catch the little girl sitting down. And she was like, "Oh, you want me to help you? And, get up." And then when she got up, she seen all the molestation and bruises on that girl. And she already knew it was that chick boyfriend. Man, she called in Bubba and all them. Get him, call him Bubba.
Get him.
Bubba took that man out that joint, man. I'm talking about they stood that man up and took turns dogging him.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. And we gotta make examples out of folks. You understand? We got to make examples out of folks so folks will be like, I'm gonna think twice about doing that because I don't want to suffer those consequences. You know what I mean? And so shout out to Sunspot. It says right here with Omega Sun's Light. He said, I also feel if the success of the community leaders looks like the oppressor's success, they may be compromised. Look at what Polight was wearing, what he was flashing. It was no more. First, you went from wearing a new oppie and stuff and kicking all this black empowerment stuff to now preaching. It was like really in my brain, like I guess I would qualify it as, a prosperity gospel, a gospel of prosperity. Everything was, I'm getting money. You get what I'm saying? So he was compromised a long time ago. But brother, I got 3 other people who are backstage. Thank you so much, brother, for coming back. Make sure you get home safe. It's dark out there, brother. Make sure you get home safe. All right. And sending love to you and your daughters. Peace and love to you.
Peace to you.
I see the Queen Mother is in the building. Peace and love to your Queen Mother. Sister BJ. Go ahead, Sister BJ. Unmute your mic, Queen, and tell me your thoughts about this whole Polight situation.
Thank you for having me. I love what you and the other callers have been speaking on. It's always actions, actions, actions.
Ashe.
Actions speak louder than words. When a man or woman show you who they are, you believe them.
Come on.
Too many people turn the other head for whatever given reason. But then again, if you look at how the dynamics between our men and women are, if you look at the history of this country, women were properties. Babies were properties of the man. So people still have a bit of that mindset of whatever I do to her don't matter because she's beneath me. So then you got to convince people of what this behavior is bad. And then when you throw $1 in the middle of it, people just lose everything. Well, we ain't going to mess with the money. We ain't got no money. So, we know what he's doing is wrong, but we don't want to mess up the bag.
Facts.
So therefore, the more money is going to be put in that bag because they see you are destroying your own.
Facts.
What happens to her? What happens to her children? How are they then going to have a view of a black man or any man after going through all that and seeing all their people turning their backs to the situation? It has a long-term effect that if you look at the condition of our community right now, we can see the fallout of it. Actions mean everything. And your character means everything, not what bag you with somebody else's name on it that you ain't going to get a nickel from. Who if you go to their headquarters or to their factories, they don't want to see you even come through the door. Our actions and our character has more value.
That's right.
We need to stop worshiping stuff that's not even enriching us.
Come on.
You putting money in other people's pockets and crying, why don't they respect you? Why are we always begging for somebody to respect us when we don't even respect each other?
Come on.
And so they're all sitting back there laughing at us like, look at what they do. You're talking about how bad the white supremacist is, but yet I want to be a better supremacist than he is.
Come on. You better talk about it. I want to be as sick and deviant as he is.
And then everybody just fall in line because here's a nickel. You know, we ain't have nothing. You know, things was tough. You know, the crack, the this. Don't you see that they've been doing this from day one, and we're just now falling for every little trick case that they throw in front of us, and they got us like in a maze, looking for that last piece of cheese, like rats and ready to pounce on each other to see who gets on top.
Facts.
And everybody sit back laughing. And our babies and our women are suffering. And then eventually, once you got the babies and the women messed up, they're coming after you men.
Come on.
And no one's sitting up there. They see what's going on. They see the truth. But yeah, it's hard. It's painful. It's hard to deal with. But nobody want to deal with it. And therefore, if I don't deal with it, do you think it's going to disappear? No, it's not.
Not at all.
It's just getting worse. Enough is a freaking enough. No one should be brutalized, tortured for your enjoyment just because you got $5 in your pocket. They should have got his daddy, and whatever happens to him is only justified because he probably not sitting down crying. Why me? I don't understand. Well, it's my dad. It's my dad is the problem. That's why I'm doing this. It's not my fault. See, we don't want to take responsibility for anything. All that may be true, but you had a choice.
That's right.
And you chose the wrong thing. That's right. Karma ain't playing with none of us. It's biting back hard and fast. And our kids need to, we just have to deprogram their minds because they are coming hard and fast at them to try to bring them into the midst of all this destruction. You know, you can't look at anything without seeing everything. Walk down the street, somebody got everything hanging out from the age of 12 to the age of 75. I'm like, really? Do I need to see all this?
Right.
No,
do I need to see that? Right.
But they think it's okay because this is a trend. This is what everybody's doing. But how is that uplifting your community? Because again, everything they do is done to benefit them and done to destroy you. So why are you jumping on this train? And we keep jumping on it. And nobody knows where the train is leading them to. Well, we all sort of know where it's leading them to. But nobody wants to get off. Enough of this. Some woman get hit on the side of the head with a brick. Now she blind in one eye. But nobody it's her fault because everybody blaming the victim because they're too afraid to fight the villain.
Facts. Cowards. That's cowardice. Yeah, that's cowardice.
And again, if you don't start fighting the villain, eventually you're going to be the victim.
Facts.
Because these people
Or someone
Evil
close
does
to you.
not stop.
You or someone close to you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we gotta stop falling for, I mean, I just like, when are we gonna stop? It's not getting better, it's getting worse. And it's mostly because of our choices. Don't you see the games that they're playing with you? It's deadly now. And everybody like, I'm gonna bring a bullet to the party and see who gets hit. Because it's cute, it's fun. Everybody, again, they're gonna always promote destruction.
Always.
They're gonna make it look shiny and pretty and keep pushing it. And what we don't give enough credit to is, you talk about wars, you talk about poverty, you talk about, social oppression, but the biggest weapon they use against us is propaganda and media.
Facts.
And nobody looks at that.
No.
It's your fault that you live in a community that's underfunded because wait, the state ain't gave me my money, the federal ain't gave us our money. They're rechanneling funds to other organizations. We don't talk about that side of it. Well, it's because you don't take care of your stuff, and this. If you're not given the resources that other people are given, how can you judge yourself the same resources? But nobody talks about that. It's your fault. And so we sit there frustrated saying, well, maybe it is my fault because this is what my mom dealt with. This is what my aunt did. This is what my dad did. So yeah, it is our community. And we're our responsibility. You live in a country that you pay taxes to city, sales, gas, state, federal, everything else. All this money is funneled to everybody else around the world, and you get none of it. But yet, I'm responsible for not having enough of it.
Right.
But yeah, we can't sit up there and talk about that. But let's talk about the next ratchet thing we can find on YouTube, and let's see if I can outdo myself.
What a daggone sick world, Queen Mother, that we live in, a sick society. And for those of us who recognize it, it's painful to see. It's painful to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like it's painful, to see our people, in such a menticidal state, and it's painful. So that's why, Queen Mother, we just got to keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
We got to keep countering, the anti-Black media, right? Anti-Black media, anti-African media, keep countering it as much as we can. We got to make sure that we continue to raise our babies, the right and proper way in our households. We got to make sure we fortify our families within a community, fortify our babies within a community that shares our same views and values and goals. And so we got to keep on, Queen Mother. We got to keep on. But Queen Mother, I got 2 people in the back. I want to get to them before I close out. Thank you so much, Queen Mother.
Oh, thank you.
For taking time out of your schedule and coming on. Thank you.
I love you guys. Stay strong. Keep your eyes open and keep doing the right thing.
We love you too, Queen
Be blessed,
Mother.
you guys.
Peace and Black power, Queen Mother. Kumasi, what's going on, brother?
Peace. How you doing?
Hey, peace and Black power to you. How are you, warrior?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me on. I want you to know that I've been in the clouds a lot of times. I don't want you to think I've been not been tuning in. I've been busy, but a lot of times I've been in the clouds, but just was doing so much I couldn't, can't make any contributions or anything.
No problem, brother.
Yeah. And I've been watching what you're doing, and I had felt compelled to get on this one, not just because you gave the open forum. Polight, this guy, Polight, I've been watching him for a long time. I saw him when he came through the door. I gotta say this because it's full circle, and I even have a internet footprint to back up what I'm saying. I remember back when you debated Polight.
Come on.
And he said something ridiculous. I forgot what it was, but it was real slick and ridiculous out of his mouth. And he gave some old insincere apology, wearing shades, covering his eyes. I'm like, look at, and I remember putting in the comment section of that video, I said, Dr. Maat, you're about to see just how I said something to the degree you're going to see how we are, just how dumb the conscious or how unconscious the conscious community is. Because
Hello.
from the time Polight came in the door, you know, I'm just like, this guy's fake. I saw he came in the door using Dr. York's name, saying that this is my God and New Covenant and all of this stuff, and wearing the garb and blasting the Black Power movement. He came through the door debating SETI about Black Power stuff. You see, I remember all of this.
Teach.
And I said, we watch, he about to take us for a ride. And I'm just coming, it's full circle. It took this many years. I'm like, now have we finally, because all this time he been fraudulent as hell. He been pushing all of the buttons. He did the same thing that they did with conscious rap. They infiltrated it, pushed our buttons with using cars, clothes. I hope you don't mind me just saying it like this. He been using cars, clothes, and hoes. I don't want to say, you know what I'm saying?
Teach, brother, teach.
and using that to stay in our good graces, pushing, really taking advantages of our weaknesses. We weak for cars, we weak for clothes, we weak for somebody talking money. And I just been watching him almost in a masterful way manipulate these things in people and watch it just go down. And even when all of those different little small YouTubers were calling him out, people that gave him money, these are little YouTubers. I remember this one particular female, she made a lot of videos about him saying, Polight, give me my money. Do you remember this stuff, Dr. Maat?
I remember. So that's why for the life of me, I couldn't understand why he was getting a whole bunch of followers, like why people continue to connect with him and follow him. I said, we gotta be out of our African minds to follow this dude. Like you said, you got video at the video of people coming out saying he scammed me. You got allegations circulating about him running off with one of his concubines' daughters. All of this stuff is coming out. And I'm like, why is he still allowed in this community? Why is he still walking around New York and nobody G-checked him? Like, why is he down in Baltimore hanging out? Like, are y'all serious right now?
The answer that I got is because he knew how to kept appealing to our weakness. Just like with conscious rap, they diluted it. Now I want to show the correlation with rap, because they did the same thing with our beautiful conscious rap music. And I'm only talking about the golden age from 88 to about 92.
All right.
With the golden age when we were dropping knowledge, wearing African medallions and rapping ourselves out of oppression, they did the same thing with the rap. They diluted it with the cars, clothes, money. They shiny things, the bling. They just diluted us, and it shows that we have a weakness. I mean, this is a loss. This is a loss. This shows that this is a failure of the Black community, that it took this long and that it had to get this degenerate, that Polight had to do something because I didn't know it was going this far. I knew Polight was a fraud the whole time, but I didn't know it was going this far. It had to get to the rock bottom for us to finally see. Polight had to be put away for us to see it. You know what I'm saying? And that's a shame. I'm saying that we should, hey, this shows us something about us. You know, collectively, we dropped the ball on this. We let this scoundrel, and we'll let, as long as somebody is talking intelligent and dropping knowledge, it's like, hey, it just shows a weakness with us. We let it, if it wasn't for this, he'd still be doing it. And I was even wondering, even when he was dropping them videos about, all right, I'm gonna drop I'm gonna do cyber defamation litigation on y'all. I was wondering, I'm like, are we going for that? I was wondering, is he gonna weasel his way out of this? I was wondering, because I'm like, there seems to be no depths to our stupidity when it comes to certain things. You know,
say that again, brother. You said that it seems to be. Say that again,
no
brother.
depths, a bottomless pit. There's no bottom to our stupidity. how Polight has been just doing this, and people been calling him out, and we've been making excuses. Yeah, but when we call those people forward, they didn't say nothing. Yeah, a lot of times Polight was having people sign non-disclosure. He knows some of the tricks, you know, and we were just letting it go. And, well, they didn't. I mean, and certain people say, well, he didn't do it to me. I mean, all of my dealings with him been okay. See, selfishness. So you really can't see this brother and this sister's pain. You don't really feel their pain because he didn't do nothing specifically to you. I mean, I've watched this whole circus. That's why I'm compelled to jump on here now. Dr. Maat, I don't want you to think I'm one of those guys that just, because I remember you said it. You said it's corny. Polight should have been checked a long time ago, and a lot of people making videos. I ain't made no videos about Polight. I just happen to see you talking about this, and I'm compelled to talk about it. I ain't made because I've been watching it. You know.
Speak your speech, brother. Speak your speech, man. And I appreciate you coming on and giving people that history. I actually appreciate you coming on and affirming what I said earlier about me debating him, and how instead of him debating the information, he want to talk about who I'm with, who I'm dating, why was I dressed like this, or why did I do like this? And I'm like, why y'all letting him? Y'all don't see what he's doing? You know, he got you, you know, we supposed to be talking about this, and he's over there. So he, you know, I knew since then that, you know, that he was a fraud. I also knew that he was a fraud because they were trying to set up a debate, a live debate between he and I was going to tear his butt up. And he ran. Let me tell you something. And this is maybe the second time I spoke publicly about this. I talked to Brother Ankh and Sinat and all them. Remember what they know what I'm getting ready to share with you all. Let me tell you how low Polight went. So one of my good girlfriends, you all can look her up, JD Polo. You can look her up, right, on Facebook, right? She's out there, rapping in Baltimore. We took a picture together. I think we were out celebrating my graduation or something like that. We in a club, we took a picture. And you know how females are. We get on each other, we smiling, you get what I'm saying, hugged up, taking pictures. Do you know that Polight grabbed a picture off of her Facebook page, sent it to Sinetta and them, true story, and said, this is by Dr. Maat's lover right here. So I'm getting a text message from Ankh, like, yo, hop on a call with us, you know, Polight trying to, you know, smear your name, whoop, 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 whoop. And I'm like, what are they talking about? You know what I mean? Like, what are y'all talking about? Yeah. So I get on a three-way with Sinetta, and he was like, it almost felt like Polight had an aha moment, and he didn't. So I said, well, Sinetta, what picture are y'all talking about? He texted me the picture. Brother, I fell out laughing when I saw the picture. I said, oh, this is my homie. I said, let me get on the telephone right now. Boop, called her up. Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Man, I got you online with Sinetta and Brother Ankh. Let me send this picture to you real fast. Sent the picture to her, boom. She like, yeah, what's up? Like, and what? I said, yeah, you know, Polight running around in New York telling everybody you my girlfriend. So she dying laughing on the phone. Oh my God, I can't. Oh my God. No, like we laughed about the whole thing. Not only did he do that, I found out, shout out to King Simon. I found out that particular picture was, and I think it was King Simon, or it may not. I think it was King Simon, but it may not have been him. And King Simon, if it wasn't you, forgive me. He also texted the picture to a whole bunch of people in New York, you know, trying to throw some mud on my name. You get what I'm saying, brother?
Yeah, I remember some of this.
You get what I'm saying? So he wouldn't debate me. All of this was because he did not want to get exposed. He would have got exposed. I would have showed the community how fraudulent he is, and how his information is really not information, it's disinformation and misinformation that he's giving to our people. I would have tore the fur off of him, and he was scared. And so
he knows it.
And he ran. That's
like the little slickster he is. Like the little slickster. He knows that's a battle I can't win. He knows Dr. Maat is too sharp. I better not get in that.
I would have told brother, I would have torn him up. So you saw how he debated, you know, the Hebrew Israelites. You know, he debated you know, the dude about, you know, Islam. He took on debates like that, SETI and folks like that. He never debated me. Then he wanted to use the woman card. Well, she a woman, and you know, man, you know how it is when guys get in the ring. You know, we hit hard, we say things, this. What is so you scared to intellectually spar with me because I'm
Right.
female? So he used the gender card. He did everything he could, brother, to wiggle his way out of that debate with me. But anyway, brother Kumasi, I appreciate brother Kumasi you coming through, man. Thank you so much for affirming what I said. Thank you for providing people with that history. I got Watch Talk Act in the building, so I do want to give them a chance to speak and close us
Indeed.
out. But peace and love to you, warrior.
Peace and love. Thank you. Once again, Dr. Maya, keep doing what you're doing. Blessings.
Blessings. No problem, warrior. You take care. Peace and power. Watch, talk, and act. You have the floor. I appreciate your patience, warrior. How are you?
I'm all right. How you doing, Dr. Maat?
Absolutely. I'm doing fine, brother. I can't complain. Look, I looked at Sister Juju comment. She said trying to defame you. I'm like, absolutely, you know. But anyway, peace and love to you, warrior. What's on your mind? How do you feel about this whole Polight situation, him getting sentenced today, 7 years?
So he ended up getting 7 years.
I think they said 7 years, 10 years probation, something like that.
Okay, so the way I found out about Polight was more so, if anything, through the situation with Dr. Sabi. So that's how I found out about him, but I didn't really follow him. But I think what he did was wrong, and I have to speak to the ladies, specifically in the conscious community. There's a lot of hustlers and men who know how to use their words and to beguile the women, just like how it was in the garden, even though it never existed. But the whole point is there's people who know how to use their words to get into women's pants and to use them and to do whatever they want. And unfortunately, Polight is one of those people. And I think what he did to her, that little child, is he totally violated her, and that was wrong. I think they said something like he kind of like a forced fellatio situation. Is that what it was?
They said bestiality. So I'm assuming anal sex. They talked about semen being found there. You know, it was a whole bunch of stuff, brother. It was a whole bunch of stuff.
And one of the things, especially in our community, we're trying to find, as much information to correct our situation as Black people. So in that community, there's a lot of traumatized Black women who are trying to find themselves. And when you get brothers like that who take advantage of women, it only makes things worse. And so I think he's deserving of punishment, and whatever comes to him just comes to him. That's it.
Absolutely. So you saying let my art do what it do. Let reciprocity do what it do. That's what you're saying.
Yes, ma'am.
Ashe. So appreciate you coming on and sharing your thoughts, Watch Talk and Act. And I like that. Watch Talk and Act. I like that name. Appreciate you, warrior, for coming on. Appreciate you.
Most definitely.
All right. Peace and love. All right, family. So look, my cousin, he sent me a picture. Oh, he sent me a picture of R. Kelly, man. And so when he sent me a picture of R. Kelly, right, I automatically thought about this. And I'm getting ready to show you guys. He just texted me this picture, had me laughing. So a couple of times I started laughing because he texted me this picture talking about this brother Polight right here. You know what I mean? And then you had R. Kelly. I don't know if you all remember this. I'm trolling a little bit.
Robert. 30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
At this point, we briefly pause the interview to give Kelly a moment.
Y'all gotta be with this. Y'all gotta be with this. Y'all gotta be with this. Y'all gotta be. Y'all gotta kill me. Y'all gotta be with this. 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 Gotta kill me. Gotta kill me. Y'all wanna believe it. Gotta kill me. Gotta kill me. I hope this camera keep going. Stupid R. Kelly. Fight for my life. Stupid R.
I'm sorry, y'all. Dr. Maat was just trolling for a little bit. My cousin, he's stupid. He sent me that picture. I said, I gotta play that video, man. I'm just trolling for a little bit. Shout out to my cousin. Shout out to my auntie. I'm getting ready to text her and let her know, man. That I'm getting ready to speak about it. I don't know if she in the chat, auntie. If you're still hanging with me, let me know if you're still in the chat. Let me know, auntie, if you're still in the chat. I'm texting you right now, and if you're not, I'm about to speak on you really quickly and let the people go. Sending love to my auntie. And so my auntie always affirmed, she always, first of all, protected me. And I give thanks for her protection. You know, even when, you know, my own father was acting up, she like, what, you're not going to do this to her. So shout out to having aunties like that. Aunties that affirm, you know, affirmed me being Black, brilliant, and beautiful. She sent me this card. You see how she always writing something in my card, you know? Yep. Say you have touched so many people. She said, in your 42 years, and I know you are not done and have so much to do. Thank you for sharing your many gifts. You make me proud each and every day, man. I keep her cards right here on my desk, man. Shout out to Auntie Black Girl Magic. Look at that card. She said, everyone is not going to agree with what you're doing and your beliefs. Don't let anyone take you out of character because you are bigger than that. Stay focused on your mission and don't get sidetracked. Stay strong and know that I'm always here. Shout out to my auntie, man. Shout out to my auntie segment right here. Shout out to my auntie right here. She said, what's it say? Oh, it's perfect for you because that's what you do. Something is perfect for you. What does it say? I think my auntie, I don't know what this say. It say something is perfect for you because of what you do every day. I'm so proud to be your auntie. Love always. Let's schedule a pedicure. Shout out to my auntie, man. All these beautiful cards. Love you so much, auntie, man. Shout out to the auntie. Could y'all throw that in the chat, man? Shout out to the auntie, man. I was thinking about her today, man, and I had my cards, know that I love her and let her know. See, in my village, man, we, you know, we protect each other and we affirm each other's talents and skills and looks and all of that stuff. So anyway, family, I appreciate you all tuning in. Before you head out, please thumb up the video, share this video. We want to each one teach one. So please share. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell so that whenever I go live, you will be notified. Thank you so much for tuning in, family. Peace and Black power.
Caution, wait, please do not play with my mind. Hey, I do not play with my lines. Wait, I keep protection for mine. You will not touch what is mine. I do not play with my shine. Caution, wait, please do not play with my mind. Hey, I do not play with my lines. Wait, I keep protection for mine. You will not touch what is mine. I do not play with my shine. Caution, look at my face, pay me respect. Please do not play with my line. If you want taste, what you gon' get? Shit that gon' bury your mind. All that's at stake, where is my check? Need every nickel and dime. You play with my race, put you in check. For stopping the vision to climb. They mad that these niggas done woke up and now all our visions to go. Where is the bag to get us so caught up? Yeah, that is the mission and goal. Staying on cold. Some of y'all doing too much. Straight up be looking like hoes. Never gonna grow. Can't count on you in clutch. Most of y'all doing the most. Like this is a show. Doing it for entertainment. Or you're doing it for clout. Or you're doing it to sit at the table with crackers for words in your mouth. I don't play with enslavement. These are the days of the South. These days we play differently. This is what Black empowerment's about. Wait, I said there's no time for no friends. Either you with us, against us, don't switch it, cause one of us die in the end. Hey, I'm keeping my eye on the lens. Watching the ops despising the picture cause they wanna see the white end. Hey, caution, wait, please do not play with my mind. Hey, I do not play with my lines. Wait, I keep protection for mine. You will not touch what is mine. I do not play with my shine. Caution, wait, please do not play with my mind. Hey, I do not play with my line. I keep protection for mine. You will not touch what is mine. I do not play with my shine. Caution.
Hold on, wait. See a black man doing great with black-owned businesses, building in a different state. Why you snakes way late in the grass, plotting on what you can take? Papa, black money in a black bank, mean black money is safe, protected, like it's heavily protected. If he ever feels threatened, then he go a lead and knock him off his check. Please check this. For the record, he can never be weak. Disrespecting any checking your cheek. Rep said he rep black and green. Never fall, won't break. there's no limit to what I do for mine. Put your soul, don't take them up with the anger and hate up all of my ancestors combined. You wanna get one time? I keep it fully loaded, extended in the fully auto weapon to keep you from crossing that gun line, gun line, gun line. You in violation. I ain't never shot a caveman. Should be the first. I'ma give you this work. You get in the way of my occupation, yeah. Like I'm the boss and I don't like the way that you talking. This is my office. Get permission before you walk in. The yellow tape because the door means caution.
Wait, please do not play with my mind. Hey, I do not play with my life. Wait, I keep protection for mine. You will not touch what is mine. I do not play with my shine. Caution. Wait, please do not play with my mind. Hey, I do not play with my life. Wait, I keep protection for mine.
Love y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in.
I do not play with my shine. Caution.
Peace.